Alright guys, this is SDJR7F88 speaking with a very special video. As you know, it has been a year. Yep, it has been 1 year since I started on YouTube. My first video I uploaded was some trains running on the layout, recorded on my friend's little camera. I just uploaded them to see how popular they would be. I was only expecting like 20 views or something. But, well, as you can guess, yeah, they did much better than I thought. I got over 200 views on those videos. And so I started uploading more videos. And sure enough, got to this point where we are today. I'd like to say thank you to some brilliant subscribers that have helped me with, you know, obviously get this far. I mean, like Brazil 2044, Hornby and BF3 fan, 379 Electrostar, Mr. Dodo 8449, Arriva Trains Wells fan, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, and not forgetting LNER 1250, or sorry if it's the other way around. Sorry, I've forgotten when I come to do a review. But anyway, so I've decided to do a special review today. Being 1 year since I started on YouTube, I recently bought this, another Somerset Dorset engine from my favourite model shop, Signals Models at Midsummer Norton. As you can see, it was £84.30, and it is a Bachmann 3MT tank, as you can see. Now, I say it has a connection to being 1 year on YouTube, but that's purely because the engine is number 1, as you can see there, of its class. It's number 82001, which is a Somerset Dorset number. As you can see, it's in a beautiful early British Rail livery. Oh, one more thing before I start. I'm trying a new technique of review, as you are going to see. Basically, I'm going to do a review of the engine getting it out of the box, but not actually getting out the inner packaging, because I'm probably going to... I'm a bit of a klutz when it comes to that, and I don't really want to film that. But yeah, so I'm going to do a bit about the engine in the box, and then obviously a running video. I'm going to show some clips of it running while talking about it while it's running, it hook it up to a train, and then the second video will be shots of it running like part 2 of my normal reviews, except there'll be another engine running in the background, which will be the Hornby standard 4MT, which is also a Somerset Dorset number. So tell me what you think of this new type of review. Whoops, sorry, not the camera. Not getting off to a good start, are we? But anyway, here it is, the Bachmann standard class 3MT tank. Normal standard boxing for Bachmann now. All the gumph about the engine on the back, as you can see there. I'm sure you could pause the video and read that if you want, if it's readable, that is. But yeah, the basically, I got a funny feeling that the when this was built in Swindon, in real life, obviously, it being a standard engine, they had like standardised parts. But the boiler that they wanted to fit, which I think was a standard, the British Rail standard type boiler, wouldn't fit. So they ended up using a GWR Large Prairie boiler, which had been modified, resized sort of thing. And they used that designer boiler to fit on the engine. So yeah, they used a Great Western design boiler on this engine. Anyway, as you can see, as I mentioned earlier, it's in early British Rail livery. And if I get out of the box, as the in the normal packaging, the ice cube packaging, and behind the engine, if I roll it out, there you go. Put the engine aside one moment. We got the instruction manual about how to get into the engine. There's the collector's club thing, like normal. Then you got the exploded diagram of the locomotive and all the little parts you need, all numbered. Also, on the back, you got to how to undo the engine, and also where to fit all the detailing parts, as there is a lot of detailing parts with this model. Fold that back up. How's that go in there? There you go, put that aside one moment. As you can see here, There it is, and there's detailing parts on top. I'll just slide it out of here. there. And here we are. See, like the standard packaging again. And there's all the detailing parts. So you see, you've got like the spare glazing for the windows if it comes out. There's a lot of, I think there's a few ladders in there. Obviously, all the vacuum brakes, and also there is the engine toolkit, which got like a little shovel, for scraping out the firebox and all that, which you can rest on top of the tanks, which I think is really, really good. And according to the according to the catalogue, they're made, it's die cast. Another thing I noticed about holding the model now in its packaging is it's very, very, very heavy for a tank engine. Brilliant weight. So yeah, it looks, sounds like, well, feels like it's certainly haul stuffing. But it's only going to be pulling mostly short trains that it would do in real life. Maybe local goods train, local passenger shunting, stuff like that. It will be used on my layout, Compton Martin, my exhibition layout. So yeah, if you go to any of the shows, it'll be on the layout there. But beautiful detail just in the box. I mean, look at that smoke box door there. The valve gear as well. That's just in the packaging. Now I'm going to pause the video here, and I'm actually going to put it on the track. Right, here she is on the track, and now let's get a look at closer look at some of the detail on her. As you can see here, starting with the front, beautiful amount of detail on the buffer beam there. If it goes to focus. Oh yeah, there is a, as I showed you earlier, the detailing pack. You can see the little holes for all the pipes, the vacuum brakes and stuff. The beautiful detail to the smoke box door. Now I'm going to pause the video in a minute once I've showed you the detail on the whole engine, and show you its little sort of like party trick for this engine. And there you go. You got the builder's plate there. And if I zoom in, hopefully if it stays in focus. Go on, go to focus. Is it going to go into focus? Oh, there we go. Oh, fiddle with the focus a bit. Go on. There you go. Not sure we can see that. There are Swindon, built 1952 Swindon. There you go. I'm amazed that actually focused. There you got the. It's got out of focus again, but there you got the shed plate number on the smoke box door, which I'm sure is the Somerset Dorset shed plate, I'm sure. With beautiful valve gear. I mean, just look at that valve gear. And for a little tank engine like this as well. And the detail on the paintwork. Beautiful lining there in its British Rail early black livery. Then of course that brings us on to the emblem itself. Applied to a high standard as always. And here we go, got the cab as well. Look at some of the rivets on around there. Also you got the, I'm sure there's also inner cab detail, but being a tank engine, obviously it's going to be very, 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 very hard to see. But I've seen many reviews out there, just about get a glimpse through the window I think. But it has a very, very high quality detailed cab. A bit less than the 7F obviously, because it isn't opened up. But there we go. Got the pipes around under the cab as well. Beautiful amount of details gone into this engine. And then you got the two step ladders there, obviously the one for the cab, and then you got the one for the they could get onto the back of the engine as well. And around the back, got another shed plate number. If it goes into focus, I think it's in focus. I can't really see the screen from here, but there you go. Got all the rivet detail on the back as well. Beautiful amount of detail on this little tank engine, and you got a moving roof vent as well. They got all the whistle and safety valve. You got the regulator there, I think, is it? Oh no, silly me. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. That's the pipes there. Stupid me. There's the regulator on the other side. You just see it there, just coming out from underneath the dome. That's the regulator, I think. But anyway, beautiful amount of detail. And now I'm going to pause the video and show you this engine's little party trick. And here it is. As you can see, it's the smoke box door opens with all the beautiful pipes inside as well. Now, many modelers who also have this engine have sort of criticised the engine and deducted it points on reviews and stuff for this part of the engine, because obviously those pipes should be at the back of the smoke box, where the where the smoke box joins onto the boiler. But due to the amount of weight that Bachmann have added, and also I've got a funny feeling that's where the DCC socket is, they had to move the pipes to the front. Well, it's better than nothing, but I'm sure with a bit of weather you could give it the optical illusion that it's at the back of the smoke box. But personally, I don't really see why people deducted it points for that, because as you know, the engine wouldn't drive around with the smoke box door open, as that would be stupid. So it's like you only really open it in the yard. But yeah, it's very delicate, so you've got to be careful with it. But yeah, it's a really like sort of a, well, a little novelty to add to the engine. It certainly adds to the detail, but I think it's quite clever of Bachmann to do that. So anyway, now I'm sure I'm just going to close it up and we'll get on to the running part. Now it's the most important part of the review, obviously, the running. And if I just step back a moment over to the controller, that's this one here, and hopefully I'll put it on a bit slowly. She's a bit noisy at the moment at slow speed because obviously I've only just ran her in a tiny bit so far for about half an hour or so, so she's still a bit, you know, hadn't worn in yet. But there they are, still beautiful crawl. Applying a bit more speed now. Yes, he's a tiny bit jerky, but then what do you expect from a brand new model which has only been at the box for about half an hour. There you go. Get a bit of speed up now. Crossing the level crossing. Heading into Regelford Junction. Bit more speed. Right, just let her run off there a moment. And I'm going to turn her up to about here because this is sort of local train speed. Oh, I feel from the model. As you can see. Let's catch up with her a moment. Just look at that valve gear. Beautiful. Looks beautiful on a little tank engine like this. See, she certainly looks part in that very smart livery. By the way, please do tell me if you're liking this sort of new type of review. It's much more interesting and I may do it some more. But yeah, certainly running in now. Like I did mention earlier, I have run her in for half an hour before starting this review to make sure. Get some close-up shots in a moment. Beautiful engine. So definitely, I would definitely advise getting one. Now, she, as well as being on obviously the layout up here, she will be on Compton Martin. So if you ever go to like a show that I might take the layout to, as I mentioned when I started my updates on that layout, I'm hoping to get the layout to the East Somerset Railway Models and Miniatures event in September. So you never know, you may see her there on the track. But yeah, beautiful engine. She certainly looked good pulling those dapple suburban coaches, which I'm sure she will on the layout, and we'll couple her up to in a moment. Speaking of which, I think I'm going to go do that now. So let's see her, well, we're just going to go and couple up to some coaches now. Right, here's the rake she'll be hauling. It's 3 of my dapple suburban coaches. As I mentioned, they're brilliant value, not exactly top detail, but brilliant value nevertheless, in crimson livery. And yeah, this is the sort of train that would around the Somerset Dorset and will be seen being hauled by the 3MT obviously on Compton Martin. So yeah, beautiful little rake. Anyway, let's couple her up. Put slowly a bit of speed on. There we go. Nice little crawl there. Perfect. Right, well, I hope you enjoyed this review, and basically I'll set her off, and in the next video will basically be lots of shots of her running, like I always do, except this time with a bit of a twist, as she will be running on the inner main line, which is that line there, and on the outer line there'll be another Somerset Dorset train, which will be my Hornby 4MT with a rake of 4 Bachmann green Mark 1s. To make it a bit more interesting, as some of you mentioned, it would be quite nice to see other locomotives running during the reviews, as well as focusing on the main locomotive in the review. So yes, I have listened to you, and obviously with this new look review, tell me if you like what you're seeing with this review, and I may do all my reviews from now on like this. So yeah, this has been SDJR7F88 speaking, and thanks for watching.